The 9 physical location clues of Forrest Fenn's treasure hunt. Clue 1. Where warm waters halt is Pagosa Springs, Colorado. Relates to shooting birds with his Red Ryder BB gun, which halted the hearts and warm blood of the birds. The author of Red Ryder, Fred Harmon, who resided in Pagosa Springs and has a gypsy wagon in front of his home on U.S. Highway 160. Pagosa Springs also is the world's deepest hot spring, measuring over 1,000 feet deep. Also, Forrest had he called mildew because it came from a stinking creek and smelled bad. Pagosa was the Native American word for smells bad. Clue 2. Hint of riches new and old is treasure, Colorado, including Treasure Falls and Treasure Mountain. Named so after the story of the La Blanc treasure, 3 stashes of about 10 million in gold each, hidden by 300 Frenchmen who were hunted down by natives and Spaniards, with only 3 men escaping back to Kansas. This is hinted at in My War for Me, and his special place at the waterfall with hundreds of French graves. Clue 3. Home of Brown is Boot Jack Ranch, which was owned by Silicon Valley commercial real estate developer David Jennings Brown. He relates to Captain David Brown, whose home was above the North Concord Bridge, where he marched his brave Minutemen to stop the British regulars at the bridge on April 19, 1775. The event remembered as the famous shot heard around the world, a heavy load which fired a .75 caliber ball. The price of freedom in Once Upon a While. The 250th anniversary will be April 19, 2025. Clue 4. From there it's no place for the meek. There'll be no paddle up your creek refers to Wolf Creek Pass. The creek drops about 4,000 feet in just over 5 miles with countless waterfalls. Clue 5. Take it in the canyon down refers to the South Fork Canyon on the other side of Wolf Creek Pass and the Continental Divide, where we go from the cold waters of the Pacific watershed to the warm waters of the Atlantic on the east. The canyon is down the other side, and word south also represents down on a map. Clue 6. Just heavy loads and water high refers to the ski lifts at Wolf Creek Ski Area and Alberta Park Reservoir, which has a surface elevation of 10,200 feet, so we know it is below this point. Forrest also wanted to include Canada on his map, as that would include Alberta. There was also one of Butch Cassidy's associates named Albert Brown, known to have stashed a payroll in the area of Summitville. Clue 7. Tired and weak refers to the word tuckered, and below Alberta Park Reservoir we find Tucker Ponds, which is in a mountain valley with a canyon winding through it, fitting the definition of a Wyoming. Clue 8. In the Wood is a set of meadows along Pass Creek forming the word wood. This is best viewed on Google Earth if you rotate it so west is at the top. In the W was the ZPU gun and Skippy's gearbox contraption with metal flung about. Clue 9. To be brave in the wood. Forrest's Buffalo Cowboy story, he was barefoot on holy ground, was brave and roped the buffalo. They were in the lowercase d of the word wood. They crashed in the creek and had to walk home 4 miles cold and wet. It was worth the cold, as he remembered later how much fun it was. You end up where you started. The poem started with an A. Forrest prayed for D's. The 1930 Ford Model A Cowl had a large bullet hole through the fuel tank, just like his Super Sabre. Peggy told Forrest, "You should call it the Bullet because it is shot." We also remember Forrest commenting about digging up the entire landfill just to find his toy car. And remember when he said he laughed so hard after telling you when he hid his treasure he was walking back to his car. The gold diggers were looking for a chest of gold, and never considered it was that old car in the meadow that brought back so many memories. It was never about the parking space, it was about the car that parked in it. This is the most concise, verifiably accurate account of Forrest Fenn's 9 clues. Closest other solution only has a 9-mile hole, not 9 clues. Just as ancient philosophers noted the blind will follow a blind person right off a cliff or down their 9-mile hole.